Hello everyone, my name is Evan Jacobs. Welcome to another edition of Boxing Time TV. This is about to jump the line, Tszyu versus Errol Spence. I'm going to talk about some of the other bouts that I plan on doing. I just got to and I'll work it out on this show, probably figure out when the dates are. But, ideally I would do them all, but there's just certain fights and I'm like, you know what, I think people would want to see this soon. So anyway, we have Errol Spence versus Tszyu. Spence is a 75 favorite. I think the computer is just going off of the stats that I gave them. It doesn't take into account the fact that Spence has been an actor for a few years and all that other stuff. Anyway, Tszyu is 31. Spence is 29. Tszyu is 5'8". Spence is 5'9". This is, I believe, at a catchweight of 158. 71 reach for Tszyu, 72 for Errol Spence. 23 wins, 3 losses for Tszyu. 28 wins, 1 loss for Errol Spence. They've both been knocked out. They've both been knocked down a bunch of times in their knockouts. So anyway, this is bout scheduled for 12 rounds, 3-minute rounds. This is a 10-point must-scoring system, no mandatory 8 count, 3 knockdown rule in effect. All right, let's see where this goes. Oh wait, I need to new fight. So sorry, you guys are getting a look at the innards of the game. Fight mode. Okay, that's why it was not on simulation. All right, let's go. Let's see what these guys have. I think, I don't know. I see Spence probably winning this if he can kind of just continue to do his thing. But then again, he hasn't fought, and he could be, he just hasn't fought. There's a lot of X factors here. Well, whereas Tszyu has been active, even though he has been beaten a bunch. All right. So here we are. They're coming out. And it's interesting. I'm noticing that YouTube, I don't know if it's like, I've heard people calling it shadow ban. I don't know if they're shadow banning this stuff, but like all of a sudden, like just like lower views, like really low views and this and that, and I'm kind of like, okay, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. But you know what, guys, honestly, as much as I do enjoy views, as much as I enjoy comments, as much as I enjoy engaging, I'm here to do these. I enjoy doing these. I've been doing this, I think, for 10 years. I don't have any interest in stopping. I'm not doing this to get like, I'm not doing this to obviously make a living. I'm doing this because I enjoy doing it. And when I look back on my life, I love boxing. I want to contribute in some way. And that's sort of why I also stopped doing the posts, just because there were so many and it was taking up time. And I just have a lot of other things that I'm doing. And I'm like, you know what? Now's the time. The time is now to just kind of stop doing the, posts. And you know what? It's fine. And who knows? If it presents itself that I should continue doing it, maybe I'll start it up again. But as it stands now, I just want to do this. I'm just sort of making this announcement. But yeah, I don't see ever stopping this. I really enjoy doing these fights. It's fun. I enjoy the watch parties that I listen in on. And so, yeah, just if anyone's wondering, I don't think anyone is. I don't think anyone cares that much. But you know what? I care. And so I'm just, Full disclosure, I'm actually folding laundry as I'm doing this. Just because, I'm standing here. And I'm sure, when you've watched boxing for a number of years, you kind of know. And right now, I think Errol Spence kind of starting to get going. Take kind of working at a distance from Tszyu. So, this is nice to see. We'll see what the judges say. All right, 10-9 for Tszyu. 10-8 for Errol Spence. 10-9 for Tszyu. Wow, that's an even... Well, no. Tszyu's down by 2 points. Errol Spence, look at him. Comes back after a year and takes that round. And now these guys look like they're starting to lay it out. It's Yeah, this is just the game. It's just boxing. It's just kind of how the game goes. Oh wow! And Spence with that hand leading Tszyu into shots, and ultimately, we'll see, because I don't know that Tszyu can outbox Errol Spence, but again, we'll have to see. You just never know. But like I said, there are intangibles. There are things that we're not really taking into account. Like the hiatus that Tszyu has been on. I'm sorry, that Errol Spence has been on. Okay, putting this away. All right, look at this. Okay. It's always nice. Always nice when you get the laundry done. It's a good feeling. Feeling of completion. All right, so here we did that. That's good. And once again, you are watching Boxing Time TV. If you like what I'm seeing, yeah. If you like what you're seeing, just please like, follow, and subscribe. All right, so 10-9, 2 10-9s for Spence, 1 10-9 for Tszyu. And so Tszyu behind by 3 points, but you never know. Could even it up. There's 10 more rounds, and right now, let's see if Errol Spence, shaking off the rust, has got to feel good, even though he's getting touched up a little bit. Let's see if, because I know that Tszyu would rather box than brawl. Oh, and Spence just landing back, pushing back the challenge of Tszyu. And both these guys, Yeah, I'm saying they are brawling. This is a good fight. This is one of those fights. Two guys a little bit past their best days, or some might argue Tszyu is more past it than Errol Spence. Some might say Spence is. This is an intriguing fight. They're kind of giving us their best. All right, so two of the judges giving it to Errol Spence, one judge having it even. Tszyu now behind by 5 points. We go into the fourth round. Tszyu coming out, he's taking shots, and Errol Spence shaking off the ring rust. Tszyu looking to land, to do something. And right now, if Errol Spence starts getting comfortable and really can get into his rhythm, he's going to be hard to stop. Oh, and Spence just tagging him. Oh, Spence getting Tszyu against the ropes. Tszyu, is he playing possum? Is he looking for something? Or is Spence... Oh, Spence hurting him now. Spence pouring it on. Tszyu go... Oh, man. Tszyu getting pushed back into the ropes. Wow, folks. Guys, you got to give that round to Tszyu. Is he starting to pull ahead? All right, 10-9, 10-9, 10-9. All for Errol Spence are saying that Tszyu is tired. And Tim Tszyu is going to have to start looking for some answers, because Errol Spence seemingly in just kind of having to pull something out of the fire here. Oh, Spence just teeing off now on Tim Tszyu. Gotta give Tim Tszyu all the credit in the world. He's tough. He's got a heart. But come on. All right. And right now they're saying Tim Tszyu has a swollen eye. Guys, it is not looking good for him. 10-8s, 10-9s. I think he's wilting. I think he's wilted. We'll see. Can he land something on Errol Spence as we come to the halfway point of this fight? Errol Spence has taken over. If I am Tim Tszyu, he's got to feel good. I'm sorry. If I'm Errol Spence, he's got to feel really good. Been away a couple of years, comes back, and is just doing great. All right. And look at that. Oh, Tszyu landing, trying on Errol Spence, and just for his trouble. Oh! Guys, it was just a matter of time. The closed eye, Tim Tszyu taking shots. Errol Spence, and just, he may be past his best days. He may have been out of the ring, but what a comeback performance. Wow. So, Errol Spence by a knockout. The fight lasted 6 rounds. Tszyu was knocked down one time and has a swollen eye. Spence was not knocked down. The final scores are, the scores are academic. 49-45, 45-49, 49-45, and 50-45. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to Boxing Time TV. If you like what you've seen, please like, comment, and follow. Please share these links with your family and friends. Some of the upcoming bouts we're going to be doing: Canelo and Billy, Bam Vargas, Inoue, Bam potentially, and Yafai Sandoval. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Boxing Time TV, where our motto is, why wait? Watch it now, then watch the real thing when it airs and compare. Okay, we'll see you next time on Boxing Time TV.